But this week, I do have a thought that I want to share with you. You'll see in the episode title, it says unstable foundation. So that could lead to a lot of things. However, if you're a friend of mine on Facebook, you may have saw a post I did yesterday. This thought really jumped out of just a moment of clarity as I was just sitting there thinking and in prayer. Yes, I do pray. And if you're on this podcast with us right now and you're like, oh, great, another one of these guys, I am a pastor. Yeah, but that's okay. Like, I'm just a cool pastor that wants to share something with you. You can chew on it, you can spit it out, whatever you want. I'm not trying to force feed you anything. If this ain't for you, that's okay. But I'm trying to share some perspective. And if you don't have a perspective of a pastor or a Christian, give me a little bit. Just think for a little bit. Maybe this is the one where you share, okay, there is this Christian that kind of talks and whatever. I listen and he has some good stuff to help me in life. If that's it, then that's it. That's all we have. But give me that, okay? But I was sitting there yesterday and this thought popped into my head. And you'll find with me, this word is one that I really spend a lot of time talking around because I think a lot of people struggle with it, including myself. I have moments, probably more than I like to share, where this word tends to creep in and creates a struggle. And most of us do, right? A lot of I words thrown at you today. First one's identity. Identity is a place where most people struggle, and it's because your identity is limited by this word, insecurity. Too many people build their identity on security. Okay. I told you we're going to talk about unstable foundation. Here's what I'm going to tell you today. Here is the mic drop moment right from the beginning, and then we're going to walk in this thing out. We're going to share a little bit around this. Intimacy cannot be built on insecurity. I'm going to say that again for you in the back that didn't hear. Like, whoa, what did he say? Hey, did you get that note? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all was sitting in class and like he was droning off because the professor or the teacher was telling a story that you've heard too many times and you don't really hear, but then they say something, you're like, oh, I didn't get that note. What was it? What was that? Here you go. Insecurity, or excuse me, see there, I messed my own saying up. Intimacy cannot be built on insecurity. See, identity is key. The only way you can find your identity in a relationship, find the identity of something is through intimacy. Intimacy is not sex. That's what's been told to us, right? That's the Hollywood perspective. Oh, they're so intimate. Look at that. That relationship is so much intimacy. They're always physical and having sex and all over each other. It's not. Intimacy is not that. Intimacy, my pastor said this statement one time, and it really stuck out. It stuck out to me, and I've shared this time and time again. Shout out to my pastor, Robbie Jones. He said this, and once he said it, it like unlocked so much for me. He said this: intimacy is knowledge, not sex. Knowledge. So think about this. If intimacy is knowledge, then everything we're called to build in this life is knowledge, right? Every relationship should be built on knowledge, like gathering. When I met my wife, I was not at, well, I can't say I was not because I was actually. I met my wife in the club and girl looked good and I was in a bad place in my life. So I was trying to build on insecurity. I was insecure in myself. So I needed a girl to validate who I was. I needed a good looking girl to really validate. It was like, oh, okay, maybe I'm better than I thought I was. So if I can get into this girl, we get connected, and before you know it, we're hooking up. Oh man, it's good. But guess what? Underneath all of that, both of us had insecurities. Yeah, we were both struggling in our identities. So as we begin to build this relationship, one over a couple of years in and out, all the things, brokenness from past situations, brokenness from our own inconsistencies, and now we get together and we get married. Our first year of marriage was hell. Hell, dog. You know why? Because we were built on insecurity.